Get your paint on downstairs in Studio A. Now you get to see my face, and I'm not painting. Hi, everybody. That no one's here. There's no one here yet. We're just gonna sit here until everybody's here. I got time. Whatever. Let's get your paint on. There's no one there. I'm not saying hi to anybody. Get your paint
on without the paint.
Without the paint. There's no paint.
We should have paints here.
We should. We should just have a little selection of paints before us.
Yeah, we should.
Hi, I'm Studio Director Dallas Kemp. And joining me today is Studio Painter Jordan Lamb. Hello, Jordan.
Hello.
You may recognize Jordan from such amazing videos as that one video.
I don't know what you're talking about. What video is this?
Exactly. Joining us also today is Mr. Lyle Lowry. Hello, Lyle.
Hey, everybody. What's up?
Hey, everybody. What's up? That's why I like Lyle. He's directly to the point. And running the command post today is Mr. John Swinkles. Hello, John.
Oh, hello.
Hello. So, Rikers Iron, what is up, my man? Llama Juice, what is going on? We're going to talk about the concepts for the FP3 My Monster. We're going to discuss each of the entries, not each of the entries, but we've picked, 12, some of our favorites. We're going to talk about each of the color schemes, what we like about them, what we don't like about them, what inspired us about them, what made us cry about them, what made us laugh about them. And then maybe talk about like how we'd approach the color scheme, like what paints we would use, and stuff like that. And maybe just steal them for my own personal army, whatever. We'll see what happens.
I like that.
You like that? Stealing?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what good artists do, right?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're downstairs, by the way. We're in a different studio, so this is all weird for us. This is not like a normal P3 presents. This is not like a normal get your paint on at all. So this is kind of weird. I'm like seeing my face and all this stuff is weird.
It is real weird.
It's real weird.
It's real weird.
Let's start. Is this our first one, John?
Yes, sir.
All right. So our first one is from Cavian?
Cavian Morlock.
Cavian Morlock. That last name is dope.
At Blankets Burrito.
That name is even doper. Blanket burrito?
Blankets, plural.
Yeah, but if you could have a burrito, a blanket, and you could just cuddle up in some refried bean every night?
No.
Oh.
No. I would not want to do that.
This is Get Your Paint On Vander Beast. We're talking about the FP3 My Monster contest. This is the first step to getting a miniature painted. So it's a color concept. So
To be fair, I did say we needed paints.
we do need paints. We should be painting while we do this. So let's talk about this. Behold my Shadow Sun sect, the Moon Wardens. I really like this Zor Maxim. It's got that nice dark armor against the light armor. It's got that purple accent and then the red glow. I think it all works super good together. Can we go to a bigger version? We got that. We got that ability, right? A boom! What do you think there, Jordan? How would you... I'm seeing boiler black on the dark metal.
Yeah, or just black armor instead of having it be metal.
Oh, instead of metallic black, doing like a more gloss black with Thamar black, going up to coal, Trollwood.
I think coal's a good element for the black in general. I don't know if I would highlight it all the way up to that. I'd probably go a little bit brighter.
Yeah, like Trollwood highlight?
Yeah, I think that's a good place to go.
I mean, this could be like looking at the concept. We could keep it very gray. So remove the blue from it, go with more of a gray-black to keep it soft and cool. So if you go with a soft, cool black to go against that red and that purple, I think that would get you... definitely for the light metals, I would be using probably Quicksilver shade with galvanized steel. And I don't know if I would even go much lower than that. Maybe Bastion Gray in the deep shadows, just to line the elements, like in his little abs area. He's got some elements there. I would probably line that with like Bastion Gray, but keep it very, very light.
Show on the Zor Maxim what you're talking about.
Yeah, this is real hard. See that light metal right there? All right, hang on. You gotta work your brain backwards. It's like rubbing your tummy and patting your head at the same time. It's terrible. So this little plate right there, you can see there's a little panel line. I would use the Bastion Gray to shade that, but I would just use galvanized steel to shade Quicksilver and keep that like that.
I think it's a good call.
Cool.
I like
What do you
that
think
a lot.
about the purple?
I would probably mix in to that like galvanized steel, just a small little bit of like beaten purple maybe, just to get that purple tone in there.
Oh, okay. I like
To
what you're
have
doing
that be
there.
a little bit of like a metallic
So
purple.
you're keeping it like metallic.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I think that's a good call. I
And
think
then
that'd
for
be
the
cool.
blade, I would just heavily saturate like a cold steel or quicksilver with piggy purple ink.
Oh, absolutely.
Because that way you get that really nice saturation, but it's still that metallic color.
I mean, I would almost go like quicksilver and then like a glaze of murderous magenta, and then my
Yeah.
piggy purple ink over top of that, and then
I
that
like
way you
that.
get a little bit of that pinky red down in the deeps.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a really cool concept. I really like this model, and I like the model, but I really like the color concept, and I think it could be really fun to play around with metallic and semi-metallic elements all over it. I think, yeah, I mean, I was definitely immediately was boiler black on the black areas, but I like your idea of keeping that matte and then making everything else semi-metallic. I think I like that idea.
It also just helps like pull your eye to those like top portions and keep that darker metallic
back.
or the darker armor in the back.
Yeah,
Like, right.
I think it's a good call. I think it's cool. So that's Calvin Morlock.
So
Still
while
awesome
we're
last
while
name.
we're switching pictures real quick, Doug Hamilton, our extraordinary sculptor, is out there, and he says that the CG on Dallas's face looks amazing,
Right? It's like, I am not this handsome.
and the fur texture is so lifelike.
They've done a good job enhancing.
Enhancing. Okay, so this Thrugrash
Uh-huh.
is dope.
Yes.
I think
By
it's dope.
Sean Barnes,
I agree.
By the way.
Sean Barnes, does he have a cool burrito name?
No, Facebook doesn't have cool names.
Facebook needs to have cool
Let me
names.
down.
Like they
Let
need to
me
have cool
down.
names like the other like the Twitters does. You need to have a handle.
Yes.
I need a Facebook handle. So I love this Thrugrash. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. It's like a Beetlejuice and a clown exploded on a piece of canvas. And I think it's very straightforward, right? It's like carnal pink, murderous magenta, beaten purple, troll blood highlight, sickly skin, and then Mara white, Thamar black, and just go crazy and have fun. And a very washy, watercolory, wet blendy technique just to get in there and just have fun with that.
I would also use a lot of inks. Like a lot of inks.
Yeah, I would use
mix,
that.
I would mix some inks in there.
I would use the heck out of inks on this. I would probably even prime it. Well, I'd prime it black and then airbrush carnal pink all over the whole thing, and then use that as like a base
Yes.
to build my washes and my inks and my glazes all over this thing. I would just go crazy with it.
Like I'd probably wet blend all that color together, and then I would go back in with the ink to add that saturation.
To add that
and-
punch and snap.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Like this is something you paint with a bottle of wine. I don't want to say glass, and I was like, that's not enough. A bottle of wine. Just on a Saturday.
I feel like you need to be a little bit more crazy than a bottle of wine is going to get you to paint something like this.
It's such an awesome Thrugrash. It's such an interesting take on it's not the green or the browns or the kind of gross skin colors that you traditionally see on some big Thulian beast, but this bright, vivid pinks and purples, and then that crazy black and white stripedy tentacles on just the arms and the mouth, but not the low,
Yes.
the bottom tentacles.
The bottom tentacles.
The bottom tentacles.
The not feet.
Not feets. Those are not feets. And also adding it to adding that black and white texture to the wing membranes was a really clever idea. Lau, what do you think?
I really like it. When I looked at it, I thought the same thing. Like I would definitely go in with inks and glazes. That stuff's easier for me to work with. Is sort of like as far as like blending colors, like doing washes layer
Yeah.
by layer is kind of an easier way to get those color transitions for me. So for me, like I would probably work just from white or like a zenithal black and white rather than doing like the pre-blending like you guys would do.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's a beautiful concept, and I think it would look great on the table with a whole army. It's got some strong features that makes it look good from a distance, you know? So that's kind of like one of the important things you have to think about when you're translating kind of a big concept to the distance on the table. So I think they kind of nailed it there.
Yeah, definitely that, like thinking about the colors and how it's going to be presented on the playing field. And also I just noticed like the little black around the pustules with the white dots. It didn't really register in my eye until just you were talking about it. And I was like, I think that's a really fun idea, is to put some black. And like you can make a black ink with Thamar black, turquoise ink, and a drop of blue.
Yeah,
and black ink.
I think it needs a little bit of that like blue or coal black color in there.
Yeah, definitely on the.
Like,
I mean, I would add that even on the tentacles.
Yeah, I mean that would be my deep,
Yeah.
like deep shade in the tentacles would definitely have coal black in it. Be like coal black, beaten purple, a little bit of like Thamar maybe.
Yep.
And like really push it deep into that like underside of
That
those
rich
tentacles. Yeah,
black.
Exactly.
Also on this one, I love that the what was the name? Sean?
Sean Barnes.
Sean Barnes took the time and add that splash effect to the background of the concept. I think that's clever.
I do like that.
All right, let's see what's next. Rex just sent me a bunch of pickles. Thanks for the pickles, Rex. Oh, and Vanderbeest is giving us tentacles. I love it. That's what that means.
Means blah, 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 blah.
This is Privateer Press for tentacles. 10
That wasn't in the handbook.
tackles handbook. All right, Danny Corteza sent us a cool as ice tarragon, and I love this one. That's all I
do
got.
too.
I love this
I
one.
like that.
Next. No, I'm
Well,
joking.
we got to talk about it.
We can
talk about it.
Hello, Miss Half Damage. Thanks for joining us today. But yeah, I love the icy dinosaur, and I think that this would be really fun. I think what I would do with this, if this was mine, if I was making a icy tarragon, is I would actually go in and sculpt and add more icicle type scales.
Like underneath
To
the
him.
jaw.
Yeah,
Be a
like
good place for
because
it.
it's just kind of a chunk and like
Yeah.
skin, but I think I would shave that and resculpt that towards like a
The horn would be a good one.
like if you look at the ice trolls
or like the
Rock,
Glacier King. Is a
Glacier
great
King.
example.
and add some of those out, like maybe even to his like the back of his arm here, like coming up. Maybe turn his fingers into more icicles. I think I would really have fun converting this concept. Unfortunately, Daniel, if you win, I'm not converting your model. I'm just painting it. Unless you send me some scratch. I'm not saying that'll work. I'm just asking. As far as painting this goes, I'm seeing in the light colors, Morrow White, Bastion Gray, and that white, like the chunky bits, like there on his shoulder, you can definitely see it. Hang on, can we do the thing with, boop, right there. Boop, that was totally inaccurate.
Lyle knew you guys were going to just play with that.
And I'm not sure how it works still. I'm like so brain confused. It's totally reversed.
So I think if you get like, you want a frosty gray on that, like, I don't know. That's what I want.
You need to do some. Don't do that with your. just use a
Okay,
straight
all right.
pointer.
All right. Why don't we have like little sticks?
We need a stick.
That seems way
like
better.
Professors, paint professors, paint fessers.
Don't you have paint brushes?
At the desk, we didn't bring up.
That would have been perfect.
Okay, what were you saying on the light frosty colors?
Should
Signal
be
blue
like a frosty
highlight.
gray, like frostbite, maybe a little bit of like.
Signar blue highlight mixed with troll blood highlight. Mwah,
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
tasty. Because it keeps it poppy, but it desaturates the hell out.
I don't know what I would want to do for the skin because I really like that that vibrancy that you get there.
Yeah.
I would
It's definitely
say
frostbite with frostbite's too light for that.
yeah.
Turquoise ink mixed in.
Turquoise ink is
blue,
just going to
maybe.
punch the hell out
It's
of
also too dark. Like the turquoise ink
So
is
it's
actually
just
pretty
like
dark.
a little-
I think I would. I mean, I would need to play with the colors, obviously.
I feel like arcane blue might be a good starting
Arcane
point.
blue.
Like do something to it.
And
But like that's the
Crix-
right
not
kind of
Crix.
like brightness for that.
Signar blue highlight. Signar blue highlight, frostbite, arcane blue.
Yeah,
I think those would be my
some
three
combination of that.
colors I'd play with.
And then I'd go into like some purpley blue shades
For the yeah.
for like the darker like under meat.
And what about the undermeat? this stream is just going to generate too many words to keep up on. And then what about the scales? The scales are very desaturated and soft.
No.
They almost look like color pencil on the art. This might have been done with color pencil. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'd want to see with the scales.
It's like a purpley blue, but it's very soft. So you don't want to desaturate the crap out of it. But he's also got this like nice like blue line, like kind of reflecting.
Yeah, I actually really like this right here.
That's a better point than that.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. That didn't happen. This progression of color here from like the darker parts or the deeper parts of the scales to the brighter tips, I really like. And I think it contrasts really well with the blue. What?
I'm just reading the chat and it's terrible. So I really like that. I think that this is a simple idea and but it's very effective. And once again, like Lyle was talking about, you're going to get that pop and that punch at tabletop level that's really going to describe what the model is and what he's doing, and that he's an ice dino, Icicle-saurus Rex.
You know what I really want to do is emphasize like the crystalline look. If I was doing it, like I don't know if he's going for kind of a frosty kind of, like we did some of the Northkin stuff like that, or if it's like really crystalline. But I'm thinking crystalline, so I would try to like reverse highlight the scales and stuff to make them like gemstone-y,
Yeah.
I like that.
See, that's the thing is like I would look at this concept and I think if I was painting it, I would definitely lean into my ice recipes for those belly scales and those back scales and really ice them up and then leave that skin as like a cold blue skin and get in there. So I think that's what how I would approach it. And I'd like to also he left the toenails not the same color as the back scales and belly scales. Like he went with a light color there. It looks really good. And also it gets lighter up on the nose horn too. So a lot of really good choices on this. And I think it's just a cool looking model. I would do something with his eye. His eye looks a little plain. Something needs to happen with that eye.
Yellow
Yeah, we could do yellow.
or like orange?
But don't eat yellow snow.
No.
You don't want to see anything yellow on
I
ice.
thought that was just common sense.
Yeah. Next, pink glow, Rikers Iron. Good idea. John Kreider sends us, hey, I colored one for you. I'm thinking the Ares mothership would be sweet in purple metallic galaxy swirl pearlescent. That's too many adjectives. With yellow glowing pipes. You know you want to paint it, FP3, yo monster.
I'm still trying to put together that string of words
That
and
string
figure out
of
exactly what that looks like in my head.
What was it?
Purple metallic galaxy swirl pearlescent.
I feel like this one was a trap.
This one was definitely a trap. It was like, try this, suckers. Ugh. That's a complex paint job. How would I do this? So he wants it metallic. So base coat and quicksilver.
Yes.
Galaxy swirl pearlescent. Okay, so galaxy swirl, I would be using beaten purple, carnal pink, murderous magenta, morrow white, cold black, and I would just be using, so what you could do, like if you look at that galaxy swirl, you can take one brush and you can wet the area, and you can take a very loose paint, you can dop it, and it'll break apart and make sort of those diffused paint spotches. And I think you could probably play with something like that over the top of a metallic surface and kind of start building that galaxy swirl, because that doesn't really say galaxy swirl, but it does say galaxy spacey. But you can diffuse paint drops across metallic surface, and I think you could play with that on that.
You could also do like a really wet blend.
Oh, just
too.
just every color, just
Yeah.
like that's
just
your
like-
palette.
Yeah. Which is the way I like to wet blend anyways, because it gets real messy. and
Yeah,
you
you just
can
make a mess.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
I think that could work too.
Yeah, it's a
And
cool
then
looking
just do
monster.
Little dots for the stars and stuff.
I think he's missing a little bit of glow, right? Because like that big eye and the boop, that one. It's the same yellow. It's right now. It's the same yellow as the pipes, which I guess makes sense. But you do need a little punch to define that eye. So I would put some orange around the rim of the eye to make it
Yeah.
make the hotter or the cooler areas around the edge of the eye, and it defines the eye as the like glow is coming through the pipes to the front of the eye.
I think also if you like do a darker metal, it'll help make that glow pop a lot more.
Yeah, I would darken that
Like
metal
a
just a touch.
Pig
And paint.
iron, probably not dark enough to be like boiler black, but definitely like pig iron.
Yeah, it would make that
Would be
yellow
good.
pop a little bit.
Yeah,
tighter.
which I think will help, especially with all the little pipes that you've got going on there.
Yeah,
It will really help define that.
yeah. I'm kind of seeing that as a darker metal, but yeah, it would definitely be a darker metal. I can't even. There's something about exhibit, but I'm not sure what's going on.
Pimping my spaceship.
Oh no,
Yo, dog. I
Yeah.
heard you like Martians.
they're pretty cool.
We're gonna mix
pretty
some
cool.
Martians up.
I'm excited.
And then painting the yellow beam on this guy would be fun too. Just that yellow glowy beam, like pew, 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 pew. Just zooping up some cows and stuff,
No, they zip up people.
and cows.
Nah.
I've seen the
people are
movies.
more interesting.
I've seen the movies.
Don't they? Don't they zoop up people in the movie?
Llama Juice 552 says, "Get welcome to PP's new show. Get your point on."
Whoa.
+5 internets.
Boop,
All right, anything else on this one?
boop. Nope. We've done. Well, look at this guy.
So,
That's
kinda sideways,
it's hard to
that's the
tell
way-
what's going on.
the way the picture came in.
Father of a Dragon, or Groggery Floob, says, my tarragon has raspberry-hued skin with light brown scales. I imagine him coming from a desert biome, and he has a buttercream sauce. That's what I'm seeing. Well, he's a raspberry-hued with a buttercream middle filling.
Okay.
Raspberry tarragons, we can sell that.
We can certainly try.
Oh man, little packets of raspberry tarragons with a buttercream
I
filling.
mean, it's got to be like a treat,
It is a treat.
like a dessert treat.
It is a dessert treat.
Oh,
It's a
okay,
raspberry
then
tarragon
yeah, why not?
with a buttercream filling.
Okay. I'm into it.
All right. Oh, thanks. We got him. We still don't have his head.
It's
I mean, do you
picture
see
right
the
now.
head on the front picture?
Front view.
It's
Nailed
still
it.
red.
All right. So what do we got here? Raspberry. Go.
Red, a little bit of murderous magenta. Bring that like purpley hue in there.
Yeah, but you don't want him like Kador red, right?
No.
Sanguine base.
Yeah. Because like when I look at
Sanguine
this,
base might be too purple. Sanguine base is pretty purple.
saying no, yeah, I mean, Kato red base is probably what I would start with.
You just need some. It needs to be raspberry though.
Yeah, but like Kato red base is a really nice base red that you can just change with other colors.
That's true.
So you can mix whatever other colors to hit whatever specific hue of red that you want. So if
Sure.
you want like a purpley or more raspberry tone, you add some murderous magenta to it, and that'll get you to that purpley tone.
Sure. I think I would lighten it up and then shade. I think I'd take Kador red and lighten it up just a touch.
Yeah.
Because like it says raspberry, and like looking at the concept, it's colored with a much lighter than just straight red. So I don't think I'd go full on red fire truck dinosaur, I think I'd lighten it up and then really focus on the shadows and richening up the shadows. And then for the scales, beast hide, battlefield brown, some hammerfall khaki, metal with white highlights, stuff like that.
Yeah, like a brown bone type of, like a little bit warmer sandy colored bone.
Yeah,
I think would be really good.
Yeah, definitely
thing
like a
to think
warm
about.
sand bone.
Yeah.
Be very cool. Keep the green out of it.
Yes. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
use no green in that. Especially
mean-
if you want like desert biome type.
Yeah.
Like there's not a lot of green in what you would think of there. You'd want that like those warm sandy colors, which
Yeah, I like it.
like a sun bleached bone.
And a red tarragon, like I think that'd be really cool. Like, just nice, diverse, just a more diverse color palette for a big dinosaur. Like, I think it's really cool. I would. What having trouble? What color would my globe be? What do you think? Yellow, orange, blue.
Yellow, probably.
I could see yellow. Keep that like hot sun in
Yeah.
the desert.
Yeah. Or like an orange, like it yellow with a little bit of orange in it.
Sure.
Probably.
I like it. That's all I got on this one. I think he's cool looking, and like I just like red dinosaurs. It's cool. Bum, 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 bum. We're waiting for the rotate. There we go. Paul Weston says, had to dust off MS Paint skills for FP3 My Monster, and he's got a crazy awesome looking Zor Maxim.
I like this a lot.
I really like this one a lot.
Yeah. I think this is rad.
And Red Death M says his breath weapon is a buttercream beam.
That is wonderful.
Buttercream beam, go!
I don't want any of that buttercream beam anymore.
Y'all wrong. Buttercream beam?
I don't want your
Buttercream beam?
That's not. No.
That's all right.
That's not what
I'll
I
jump in
imagine
front of
when I
that
think
for you.
Please.
Like,
Yeah, you can eat all of that up.
buttercream. So we got an awesome looking Zor Maxim. This guy feels like a 1980s action figure in my eye. Lyle's shaking his head.
Yeah, agreed.
Agreed. Does he feel like this? What I don't know what it is, but it just feels like a toy I would have owned in like '84.
Yeah.
Like it's just rad
Like
looking,
one
right?
of those really cool ones you got that was like way more articulated than you knew it was gonna be, so you could like pose them all cool.
Or he's supposed to turn into something, but he doesn't really because he's generic. I'm not sure.
He's the GoBot version versus the Transformer.
I think it's just a really strong color scheme. The pale yellow and orange works really good against that black, that two-tone black gray. I mean, yeah, I really like this. And then the green.
That green pop is it's really nice to pull your eye to.
Yeah,
I think it
and I
works
can't
really
tell from where I'm at. I think the eyes are green. If they're not, they would be if I painted this.
Yeah. I think all the glow would be green here.
I think you could just minimize and not have this guy glow and just focus on the beam in the eyes.
Yeah, but I think you could just like eliminate the glow from the other parts of the armor and
Yeah.
just turn it into not glowy bits.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and then just have that like
The-
minimalize.
Just the arm
No,
blades.
the eyes are green.
The eyes are green?
Those
Okay.
are the arm blades. Everything else is, I think, just like yellow piping, not necessarily glowy.
Right. It's hard to see the green glow in the eyes. I can
Yes.
obviously see it on the spine.
Like, you can see it on the side view a little bit better. Like that's where I can actually see
Oh
it.
yeah, you can see it a little bit better.
It's still pretty tough. But I like this a lot.
Have
I
you
think
guys
that-
ever seen Shin Chan? He kind of looks like Action Bastard.
Ah, nice.
I have no idea what
should-
those words meant that
you
came
should
out of your
look
mouth
that
just now.
So as far as color choices, let me see here. That color, probably Trollblood highlight. Oh man, I almost nailed it. Right there, Bastion Gray, Thamar Black, Moldy Ochre, Kato Red highlight, Inferno Orange. And then the green is Necrotite Green, Gnarls Green, Yellow Ink.
So what I actually think
Oh.
when I look at this is like if you did like a little less desaturated yellow and do like a really like bright yellow to orange transition, I think would look real cool.
Yeah,
You have that,
definitely
like,
needs to be
almost-
a desaturated yellow. Sulfuric yellow.
Yeah, I mean you could do that.
Moldy ochre.
I like when I look at this, I think of like the guard orange. If you pushed it more to yellow than to orange.
Yeah. But these like yellow chest plates I'm seeing is like moldy ochre
Yes.
and sulfuric yellow. And then
From what
yeah,
I
the
see,
orange,
yes,
yeah.
definitely.
The Inferno orange, Kato red highlights somewhere in there. But keeping it that nice toned down. And I would keep everything sharp. Like if I was painting this, I would keep all my
Yeah,
highlights
super
very
clean,
sharp and
yeah.
clean. This is just a rad looking robot in my eyes. Or it's not actually a robot, it's a man in a suit. I just think it's cool looking.
I really like the difference between the yellows, like
The really bright yellows versus the desaturated yellows, and then having the orange next to those. I just really like that.
Yeah, and like I said, like that desaturated yellow is moldy ochre. The one up is sulfuric yellow, and those colors work really, really good together. And you can, and
Yeah, the yellows and the whites really work together here.
yeah, and then that off gray, that troll blood highlight, because troll blood highlight's like a yellow
Yeah.
gray, fits really well in there. So this is like it's like a 3-tone in there, and then you have like your 3-tone gray, and it's all working together because there's so much harmony. I just think this is a cool one. It'd be a lot of fun to paint. Anybody got any? Lau, you got anything on this one?
I would just say when you were talking about how to get that orangey yellow in there, I would do Inferno orange and rucksack tan and see how that came out.
Rucksack tan is also a really good choice in there. God, man, I really love.
Yeah, I think
rucksack
moldy
tan.
ochre into like rucksack tan.
Yeah.
Into like what's that? It was a Grimkin color, that like brownish orange.
mediocre.
Mediocre.
Yeah, mediocre.
Yeah, I think would be real good in that vein for like a deep shade on that yellow, desaturated yellow
Mm-hmm.
armor would be real good.
Yep, this is all much easier when you have paints in front of you.
Yeah, right.
What is this?
Like,
All right, what do we got next?
We got
Boom, 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 boom.
Brad Frable's 9-year-old son entry.
Oh, he's got a little green dino. Flip it. Nailed it. All right, so we got classic green dino. This guy is that's a jungle dinosaur. This guy is not from the desert at all.
No.
He is from a lush forest where he and his family thrive on the fruits. He's a vegan dinosaur.
Well, what's kind of cool is if you look, like you
Oh,
can
yeah.
see the browns and the lighter greens underneath.
Sure.
So it looks like he layered either crayons or colored pencils.
Yeah, and I would be looking at Iosin
like-
green, Eckertite green, Gnarls green.
I know that skin like screams Ordic olive to me.
Oh, the skin itself is Ordic olive. Yeah. And just, I would almost lighten it up with maybe a little touch of yellow to give it some warmth.
Yeah, Ordic olive into moldy ochre is a really good combination that
Yeah.
I like for that.
But this is a fun jungle dinosaur. I like how he's got the horn a separate color, and he's got that nice red eye in there to pop out. And then of course his toenails are yellowed. He needs to go to a spa probably, get those cleaned up. But yeah, this is cute. Did you say this was 9? Brad Fable, my 9-year-old son entry. Nice. That's awesome. Brad, tell your son good job. I like it. It's still a vegan dinosaur in my eyes.
Okay.
So
Look, he lives in a lush forest. He's eating delicious
I
fruits.
disagreed with you.
So Dorian Gray Clampett has a good idea. He says, thoughts on painting the dev staff with paintball guns on Halloween?
Thoughts on painting the dev staff every day with a paintball gun. Just walking into the office and be like, "What's up?" Pop, 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 pop. They wouldn't know it hit them.
I would be so sad.
I'd be happy. It'd be hilarious.
You'd be pointing at everybody else laughing.
I know, right? All right, Lucas Bischoff says Gorgadra hearts. I might be misunderstanding that. This guy is dope.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
He reminds me of an underground area of a classic video game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Maybe.
No, he doesn't. This guy is super fun, and he actually drew drool pouring out of his mouth. What do you think here?
I like this a lot.
Signar
I like-
blue highlight, Signar blue base,
A little bit of all of it.
arcane blue.
I definitely would want to make the skin look like it's glowing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, oh yeah, you want that bioluminescent belly.
Yes. And I think that like your arcane blues, your blue inks, your Signar suite, as it were, into exile. is
Signar
really-
sweet.
Yeah, I mean all of them, right?
The Signar sweet.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to achieve that. And then for the glow, I would definitely use like an Eldritch to get some of that glow color.
Sure. I think I would mix.
Be like Eldritch with some Menoth White highlight, maybe.
Sure. Carnal pink to desaturate it
Yeah.
and get that light softness.
Yep. And then that armor.
The armor, in my eyes, is Murderous Magenta beating purple and Thamar black.
Yeah.
Because I want to push down into that
Yeah.
real rich black for that shadow.
And I would not use a lot of beaten purple there.
No, I'm
Like
talking.
it just subtle beaten purple
Yeah.
to like get that transition good. And I would definitely use like an ink glaze on top of it.
Sure.
Maybe a little bit of red blue and a little bit of the piggy purple ink,
Yep.
like just a tad.
Yeah, I'd probably more focus not on beating purple, but piggy purple ink in Thamar black over Murderous Magenta with some really tight Murderous Magenta Carnal pink highlights. I would definitely add the dripping goo from his guy's mouth if I was painting this guy. I
Yes.
would totally do that.
That would be super cool.
Just and for that glow, what I would do is I would mix arcane blue, carnal pink, and necrotite green to make that arcantric green that I like to play with for retribution, and I'd punch that up and just really go to town on that glow because it's very stark and cool looking. And I would totally have it dripping. Like I said, I would totally make that just out of his mouth.
I might borrow this. If
Yeah,
you're
you
okay
gonna
with that,
steal this one?
Lucas, I might borrow this.
Yeah?
This is pretty rad.
Lucas Bischoff, is that all right? Can
Lucas
you
all right?
Bischoff,
Can I-
you
can I
just
borrow this?
won, and he's
Can I
going to
borrow
paint
this?
it instead of me.
I don't know. You're still painting.
You're
stuff.
going to do the work, and I get out of it. And Lucas, there you go. That's not
We'll
what's
see.
happening. We'll see what happens. There might be 2 of these in the future. Who knows?
see,
You
we'll
should
see.
steal this. Is that okay, Lucas? We
Yeah,
can
is
steal
that
this.
okay? Is that okay? Because I do really want to paint something like this. It's really rad.
Yeah, I think it's cool. And like I said, the bioluminescent. So on the art, boop, on his knees, he's got the bioluminescence. I think I would void a lot of that and focus.
I'd keep it on the belly,
I'd keep
yeah.
it on his belly.
Right?
That was really close to me.
Yeah. I mean, this is difficult over here. Like right in there. Keep all the glow in there.
I would keep all the glow in that
And
belly.
then, I mean, you can have like a little bit of highlight up there, but like not bioluminescence.
Yeah, I really keep that bioluminescence in that belly and going down, like you can see it on the,
Yeah,
just point at
all
your
the way
face.
underneath.
all the way under his tail.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop, that part, and just make him like a big space crab lightning bug.
Yes. That's pretty accurate.
Space crab lightning bug, love it. Thanks, Rex. I got more pickles. Hearts. I get pickles from Rex.
Yeah?
Rexels.
I don't like pickles.
You don't like
I
pickles?
don't like pickles.
Oh man, pickles are great.
Pickles are...
Hot spicy pickles?
Nope.
No?
Not my-
Sweet
not my-
pickles?
Not my cup of
Little
tea.
baby gherkins?
Relish, yes.
Oh, pickle relish is the bomb.
I love me
Especially
some
spicy
some-
pickle relish?
Nah.
With sriracha?
Sweet pickle relish.
Sweet pickle relish with sriracha.
Yeah. No.
That way you get
No.
that contrast.
No.
painting miniatures and painting your
Sweet
taste buds.
pickle relish, mustard on a hot dog. Done.
All right.
Call it a day.
I don't know. I kind of like yakisoba on a hot dog.
I mean, I'm not going to say no.
Exactly. All right, what we got here? I got to turn my head. Gage Holtzlander says,
Privateer Press.
Privateer Press FP3 my monster. There's no comment. This guy is just classic robot. Like, I just love it. I just love this classic robot look. White with black
kind of white?
accents and blue stuff. Like, just classic robot.
Yes. Very, 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 very clean. Very, very classic. I'd do boiler black on this for the black parts. Get a little bit of that metallic in there.
I would definitely boiler black those.
And then for the blue, I would just do Signar blue highlight, a little bit exile blue.
Oh, yeah.
May-
Yeah, I mean, that's
maybe
very
something
classic.
else. Like, yeah, it's very classic
Signar
blue.
blue.
Yeah.
Kind of. I think I'd leave out the Battlefield brown part
Right.
and just focus on the blues.
Maybe on like towards the legs, just to kind of like
to dingy it up. Yeah.
not even to dingy it up, to like pull in some of the earthy tones.
Yeah,
right?
but it's dingy. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing the same thing. We're just different words.
Yeah.
That's the different brushes we paint with.
And then don't know.
And then just classic
Don't
white.
blink at me like that.
Classic white. Would you go with the retribution color scheme, or would you do something a little different?
I'd probably do something a little different. Like, I would definitely want it to be a little bit more stark white than what you would normally see.
Sure.
So heavy use of Morrow white. I don't know. Probably. I don't know.
Well, Morrow white mixed with
With something.
iron hole,
Yeah, I think that's a good starting
and then
point.
keeping because there's so much blue. I don't think I'd put too much blue in my shadows. I'd keep my shadows more grays, and then just final highlights Morrow white. And then I feel like he's missing a little bit of gold. He's got gold on his belt, and I feel like he needs another spot of gold somewhere. Maybe
Needs
on the
another
visor.
bit of color, yeah. Maybe what would be a good place? Like maybe
His fingers.
make this like a yellow glow instead of a teal glow. Would help this yellow pop out a little bit more.
It does need gold somewhere. I would
No.
keep the glow the same though, and I like the
can do that.
arcane blue glow. So he needs gold somewhere else. I'm not sure where, but I think it looks really cool. I like it. Classic robot.
Maybe
Would you
like right
battle
there.
damage him?
Oh yeah, this would be something that I think would take battle damage really good.
Yeah, it'd look really good. I would probably use maybe the hairspray technique to get some.
I'm not sure there's enough
Chipping.
like good flat surfaces
Oh, there's
for
plenty. There's plenty. There's plenty. Plenty.
it. I don't know. I
Trust me.
Sponges are good though.
Sponges
I like
work
sponge.
too. Knee speakers. I love knee speakers. That's where he blasts out his sweet
speakers.
80s rock anthems. Because that's what Defender X does. That's his disruption attack. It was just 80s rock anthems.
You and your 80s rock anthems.
What can I say? They're classic. That's why it's on the classic stations. Because it's a classic.
I mean, by definition, classic 80s rock is classic.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
JD Palafox. Finished my FP3 My Monster at Privateer Press Painting. I had to fight myself to keep the backdrop simple to showcase the monster. Acrylic on 8x10 canvas.
Wow.
Nice.
JD went
I like this.
all out. This dude took the concept and put it on 8x10 canvas and then added a squix. 8x10 canvas. That is amazing. What do you think there?
Really like the glowy tentacles.
They do feel glowy, don't they?
Yeah.
Like bioluminescent tentacles.
Yeah.
How would you pull it off, Jordan?
Exactly. Exactly.
Mara white, necrotite green,
Morrow white, necrotite green.
and then use a glaze to shade.
Yeah, so I would honestly,
I would use Menoth White highlight.
I would
'cause you want
Menoth
that
white
yellow.
highlight. You want that yellow.
Yeah.
I would almost airbrush all the tentacles with the metal white highlight, and then
Yeah.
I would just glaze it in inks to
Yeah.
get the shades in there with like green ink plus a little bit of yellow ink.
Yep.
Gets you that nice like necrotite
Yep.
green. And then you can go a little bit heavier or lighter depending on what parts you want to have what color. It's like the deeper shade, you just pull back the yellow and make it a little bit more green. And that will keep that vibrancy and that glowy look to it. For the skin, I would go as like a really lavender color.
It was very lavender.
It's like frostbite, isn't it?
Well, frostbite plus like maybe a tiny bit of beaten purple would probably get you there.
It was very lavender.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to, and I would probably add carnal pink to that to keep the warm.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course arcane blue on those throat sac spots.
Mm-hmm. And on the wings.
It's backwards. Ah! 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 Our world is on fire. Look what Cthulhu has done.
Next week's backdrop. Fire.
Fire. We can just put this on the backdrop for every show. Just blow that up and just have Cthulhu with a burning city. I think that would be rad. Striker 911 says glow in the dark. I'm not, so I've seen people put glow in the dark paint in miniatures and it confounds me because I'm like, well, how do you see the rest of the table when you're playing your game? But if it was a display piece, if like I was putting this on a plinth, I would totally go to the Halloween store. I'd buy a tube of glow in the dark face paint because you can do that. And I would mix it into my green paints, or I would just put that down and then do my inks on top and have glow in the dark tentacles, and then it would set in my case. And then when I get up in the middle of the night and I'd walk by my
freak you
case,
out.
I'd just be like, blah, 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 and I'd be like, ah! It'd be great. It'd be fantastic. Little burning city diorama in your case with glowy tentacles.
I think if you have to do this, you have to do the Burning City diorama with it.
Gotta do it.
You have to do
You
it.
gotta do the Burning City diorama. Just mandatory. All right, what we got here? John Galvin at 10 Robot. I like 10 Robot. It's pretty good. Not as good. I don't know if it's as good as a breakfast. No, a burrito blanket.
Blankets burrito?
It's a burrito blanket.
No, it's blankets burrito.
Just roll up in meat and cheeses.
No.
That's humanity. I did a thing. Started with an iguana and went from there. Can't wait to have some pterosaurs in hand. Accurate fact. Everybody wants them pterosaurs. Once again, classic green dino. He's got some cool stripedy strips on his skin, on his back.
I like the stripes.
I like the stripes a
It's good.
lot. I think that texture and that patterning on dinos brings a lot to them.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I missed that when I did mine. I should have went in and added a little more stripedy strips.
Let's put some in after.
I could go back.
Yeah.
There's still time.
Do it.
I've got years in front of me. Maybe. Who knows? This guy, I really like the belly colors.
Yeah, that like real desaturated but bright.
Yeah,
belly
I
color.
really like that belly coloring. That's almost my verdigris.
No.
Yeah, dude. Dude,
It's too bright, I think.
Yeah, see, nah, you can make it brighter, but carnal or necrotite green and arcane blue.
For the belly?
Yeah,
You're crazy.
you're crazy.
No.
Yeah,
This is like
I can see it.
I'm telling you, necrotite green, arcane blue, and carnal pink make almost that color.
So over on Facebook chat, Corey Dalbashian says, John Galvin. And John Galvin says, it's me. So we've got the guy who created that on the chat right now.
There you go, John Galvin. We're looking at your stuff right this moment in real time.
Is it real time?
I was trying to make him think that the thing froze.
I mean, we definitely did this
We're doing
before. And we
it. This
will
is
do
a
it again.
pre-recorded show.
That is both recorded yesterday and
And
today.
today.
And tomorrow.
All at the same time.
And at the same time.
Time is an illusion. So how would you paint this?
Okay, so
Gnarls green.
Gnarls green, Iosian green. The belly, I would actually take.
I'm telling you.
It's not. No.
I'm telling you. When we go back to the desk, we'll take this color concept. We'll print it out. I'm going to mix that color. I'm going to paint right over top, and you're going to be like, damn it.
What were the colors again?
Carnal pink, arcane blue, nectarite green. I'm telling you, it makes almost exactly that
yeah,
color.
you might be right. You might be right.
Let's take a look at their titles.
Yeah, look at the titles. And
Titles are just words.
only words have ever lied to me. Pictures have never.
Josh Cologne, out of context, says, words are the brushes you paint sentences with.
Ooh.
Whoa. It's not true.
So what about the strippity stripes?
Strippity stripes, go. Gnarls green,
Gnarls green.
some battle dress
with
green.
Battle dress green. And a little bit of Ordic maybe. I don't know, somewhere in
Hit
there.
a kill, no, not Thamar Black. You don't want Thamar Black in there. You want that. You want that Thornwood or not Thornwood, battle dress green or Thornwood. Probably Thornwood.
Oh, Crixbane base.
2 high fives.
I
and
knew
one
there was a
last
color in there.
So one of the things I
trying to
really like
think of
about how John did the strippy strips on this one is they're much lighter up here, and then if you watch them go all
Yeah, they
the way
get
down the
darker
tail,
as they go
get
down.
way darker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that like color variations really nice in stripes.
And Vanderby says the darker green stripes could maybe use a higher contrast color around them.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
the skin. Like the skin's gonna be brighter.
but I mean, what you could do, I wouldn't do this if I was painting this for John, but if you were to take this and you were to run with it and maybe go crazy, like let's talk about that, I could see taking some reds and trimming each of those strippity stripes with a little red. It's like, and it makes it more tropical color
Very
pattern.
tropical, yeah.
Like,
Oh, like almost like the addition of like a reddish stripe
Yeah.
to go with it.
yeah, right,
Yeah.
right
Like
against
right against it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think would be really good.
it. It would look really nice. And
I think it would
make
be
more
smaller.
tropical.
Make it make it maybe a quarter or half. That kind of like goes right alongside it.
Yeah.
Not
yeah,
not
real
as
thin.
big.
No,
Yeah,
no,
real
real
thin.
thin. Real
Yeah.
thin. Just a trim. This dinosaur makes me think a piece of gum got molded and became a minty fresh dino. He is minty fresh.
The belly's definitely minty fresh.
It is minty fresh.
It's a minty fresh.
That
belly.
guy tastes like spearmint if you were to lick that dino.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to try it.
He has wintergreen laser blast.
Spearmint.
Yeah. It's a mouthwash laser blast. Sprays it right in your mouth.
Mouthwash dino.
Wouldn't that be a great thing in your bathroom? You pick up a little tarragon, you squirt him in your mouth, and it like dispenses wintergreen mouthwash into your mouth. And you just, that'd be awesome. That'd be great.
Tarragon toothpaste.
Tarragon toothpaste. All right, do we have any more? Is this the
That's the
final?
last one.
That's the last one?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So that was that 10 or 12? I lost
That was about
10.
about 10. So those are our top picks for the FP3 My Monster contest. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to pick a top 3. And then are we going to announce the top 3?
Well, yeah, we might as well say, hey, because grand prize and honorable mentions.
Grand prize now. So we're going to pick the top 3 over the next
It's week or so.
week or so. We'll see. And then once we announce the top 3, I'll put together a crack team of color specialists.
So us.
So me and you.
Yeah.
Maybe Ron, Mike Valancourt.
Yeah.
We have 4 of us, so we
do
can
that.
really
We can do
argue.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like
That's
fun.
what it's
Let's do
about,
it.
let me tell you. And then from those top 3, we'll pick the number 1. And that number 1 miniature will be painted live on a future episode to get your paint on and then sent to the winner for them to own and put on the table and to play and to show off to all their friends. And also, if you win, I want to talk to you. I want to riff on some ideas that I have for your miniatures. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
What do we got? Do we have any quick questions in the chat? Lyle, do you got anything? Minty Fresh tarragon.
One more thing from John Galvin. He says, "I'm so excited and thanks for the critiques and tips."
That's what we're here for, man.
And Michael Mooney says, "I'm stealing that scheme."
Steal it. It's minty. Minty fresh. So it looks like we're advertising Miss Lady Rose Riding Hood. She is our mini crate for this month. And of course, if you subscribe between now and when, John, you get the VIP Alexia?
Anytime before, I believe it would be February 19th would be the case. And yeah, like there's literally no reason not to get her. I mean,
Seriously,
look at that.
probably
That is
my favorite sculpt
ridiculously dope.
of all time. So now between February 19th, if you subscribe or re-up your subscription, you're going to get Alexia, the Handmaiden of Death, which is just an awesome model. It just reminds me of like some real old school comic book kind of design.
You're not lying either. That's
you mean
literally
like-
the first words that came out of your mouth when you saw that in front of me. This is my favorite model.
Yeah,
This
this
is my
is
favorite
not
thing.
for a show. This is
Yeah.
that was in Seattle. I was like, this is my favorite model of all time. I love it. And hopefully I'll be painting one of these very, very soon on Get Your Paint On as well. I got some ideas, so we'll be exploring that. mini-crate.com/awesome. That last part's not true at all. Few reminders. Every Tuesday is the weekly Rumble, 10 a.m. Where you get to watch your favorite or acceptable Privateer Press staffers play games. I'm acceptable because I'm terrible at games. I never win. Unless everybody gangs up on Oz and I eat his monster. That was amazing. You get to watch us play games and have a good time. Every Wednesday is the Dev Hangout, where you get to watch your favorite Dev members talk about Dev things and or math. And then every Thursday is Get Your Paint On, where you get to watch painting or talk about painting, obviously, because this is different, not painting.
I want to be painting.
This guy wants to be painting.
wanna
That's
paint.
what it takes. That's what
Love
it takes to be a
painting,
studio
man.
painter.
I gotta paint.
I just thought it would be fun to show off some of the stuff that the community did.
No,
and talk
I think
about
that
how we
this is
might
a
achieve
great.
it.
I think this is a great thing.
And then, of course, next week we'll be back to putting brush to model.
Next week is back to brush, and I think we have a plan for next week, right?
We do.
We do have a plan. For
Yeah,
next week.
you have a special model you're working on, I believe. You want to give a little teasy on what that might be?
Which one?
You had one that you were working on a plinth for.
Yes. We're going to be doing that. Striker 911, chibi coloring pages from Lock and Load. The kids room. Yeah, I love those. Everybody should color those and post those up on our social media because I love seeing those chibi coloring pages. So,
I think that's about it.
I think that's it.
It is lunchtime.
It's lunchtime. Jordan, thanks for joining me on our very special Get Your Paint On.
Oh, yeah.
Lyle Lowry.
Good to be here. Thumbs up
Succinct.
from the
Yes.
back.
That man is succinct. I love it. And John Swinkles, thanks again for running the show. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hearts. Minty, dude, I'm telling you seriously, for real. Like, if you picked up, a little plastic tarragon, you pick it up and you squirt him into your mouth.
But that's got to be toothpaste.